with this video, we are going to be uncovering and explaining the self-sponsorship route in details. Perhaps you've been looking forward to relocating to the UK on the self-sponsorship route. You need to sit down, grab your popcorn. This video is for you. We are going to be explaining the step-to-step process that you can take for this. And I want to let you know that it's still very much possible to relocate to the UK as a nurse on the self-sponsorship route. There are many other professions that are using the self-sponsorship route. It's still very possible for you to relocate to the UK, and there are services you can utilize to make this dream come true. It's not a time when you need to you want to sit and be waiting for 10 years time before you start. Remember that the UK are having election, and one of their manifesto is that they are planning to cut down on end migration. So one of the reasons why we are making this video is to give you enough information that can put you ahead, so that you are able to plan and find yourself in the UK through this route. So there will be so much tips, there will be so much information that will be passed to you. And I trust God that my boss is going to do great justice to this. I've known Mr. Taigbe for the past, how many years now? We knew in uni then. And one thing I know about him is a good man. He has a kind heart. He started his business, the Express Med Global Services, in 2019. And we are all beneficiaries of it. And if there's one thing I know behind his company, is one thing, their heart to help people. So most times they don't even charge much for the services because they want it to be accessible. And we are glad to have him on this platform. He's going to be taking us through the steps for the self-sponsorship process. Also, he will throw more light on the services that they offer that can help you with this process. Please grab your pen and your paper, take notes and take action. So we start wasting much time. Let's go straight into the video. My name is Victory Nkuka. Perhaps you are meeting me for the very first time. I'm a United Kingdom registered nurse and I live and work here. I was trained in Nigeria. Then I relocated here for work purposes, and it's been lovely working in the United Kingdom. That's the reason why I want you to secure a job as well and be able to relocate to the UK. This is a YouTube channel where I share lots about immigration updates that can help you know what is happening in the UK and plan ahead. I also share about visa sponsorship jobs that can help you relocate. From time to time, I talk about scholarships that can help you, anyone you know, to study abroad. If these are contents that interest you, kindly smash the subscribe button. Like this video if you've not done so, because you're certainly going to get value from it. I have my amazing guest here, Mr. Taigbe. He owns a YouTube channel, the Express Med Global Services. I believe by the time he's done, you won't have a choice if to subscribe or not. You will visit that channel and subscribe, because there's so much that you get from that channel. You learn about how to travel to Portugal, different parts of the world, Scotland, Ireland, yes, Canada as well. So there's so much information on that YouTube channel. They aid your relocation process. Please make sure you visit that channel. EMGS Express Global Services is Express channel, so you can be able to join that family, and I really recommend that, and I know that you will learn a lot. So without diving much into the introduction, let's do what we are here for. So Mr. Taibe, welcome, sir. Please, can you
all right. Thank
let
you,
us
thank
know?
you.
I know you let my audience know you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nurse Victory. It's an honor to be on your platform. It's been forthcoming. I'm actually a bit camera shy, so hopefully today I will be bold enough to give out the content. I'm honored to be on your channel, and I hope today will be a valuable day for our viewers all over the world. So my name is Otaigbe. He is CEO of Express Med Global, a company which began since 2019. And over this period, we have been able to make tremendous impact in the lives of professionals far and wide across the country, Nigeria, and across Africa at large. Many persons have been a beneficiary of our services,
I
including
am.
myself. Yeah, so today, I believe that a lot will also benefit from some of the things we are going to speak about, and hopefully, we'll be able to make impact on their journey. Thank you so much for having me. I'm humbled and more than happy to be here to dish out important content that will help our viewers.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. He said many persons have been a beneficiary. I have. One thing I'm grateful for to him was that his vision and his purpose brought light to many of us. Even while I was planning to relocate, I attended his IELTS master class online. It was very helpful to me. I won't lie to you. It was very helpful to me. If you were here in the live session with Nurse Debbie, say hi. Nurse Debbie can attest to this as well. Nurse Debbie attended the master class. So we've partook of many of the services. Was it when we had to apply for internship, and they're always reliable, recommendable at every point in time. So we are focusing today about the self sponsorship route. This same team has been able to support lots of persons come over to the UK through the self sponsorship route. And about 2 weeks ago, there was a live session which we attended on YouTube about one person who really testified of how she was able to do the self sponsorship route. You can go through that video as well. And one of those things she really mentioned that was cardinal is that the Express team was really helpful through her process. And this is the reason why Mr. Otagbe is here to help you as well. So I'll just want him to explain first of all, like what's the step to step to this self sponsorship route. We keep hearing what's self sponsorship. What's the first step? Let's say I'm just a tabula rasa. I've never done this before. What's the first step?
Okay, all right. Thank you so very much. Before I proceed with that, I will recommend that you do yourself a favor by subscribing to the channel. Subscribing to the channel does not really take you a lot. It's just to click on the subscribe button. Now, the
It's
reason
free.
for that, yeah, and it's absolutely free. So, the reason for that is you are always searching for information, and sometimes you don't know where this information is going to come from. A single information is enough to catapult you from one level to another level. So no
I
one
agree.
succeeds alone. So the essence to which you succeed is highly dependent on the quality of information that you have at your disposal. So with that being said, self sponsorship, I think is the trend now. So we always recommend follow the trend. So self sponsorship is the trend now. Um, it's not peculiar to nurses, but today we are going to be narrowing it down to the nurses. Self-sponsorship
Yeah.
has been done by those in the medical field, for the doctors for quite some time now. Even as we speak, many are still on the process. I was updating recently that for the doctors, they have two major challenges now. The first challenge is they are trying to travel abroad, go and write their PLAB 1 and PLAB 2, and then start looking for job. And for the nurses, the major challenge is the cost of traveling abroad. For the doctors,
Mm-hmm.
is their own is just even after they have written the PLAB 2, a job is not guaranteed. But for the nurses, it hasn't gotten to that level yet. So it's
Yeah.
still a bit soft for them. So that's why we are saying now that it's still easy, now that there are a lot of things going on in the background, why don't you take advantage of this route? So self-sponsorship basically simply means that you are registered in your country, your whole country, Ghana, UK, Ghana, India, Nigeria, or whichever country you are registered from, and you want to come and practice in the UK. So you are going to do your due diligence to obtain UK license. So there are some exams you are supposed to write. This exam includes CBT, computer-based test, and OSCE. The OSCE is the second version of the CBT exam. So most times CBT is written right there in your own country, usually Nigeria, if you are listening from Nigeria. So the other version of the exam, which is the OSCE, you need to write it in the UK because just like NCLEX for US, where the center is not available in Nigeria, OSCE center is not available in Nigeria. It's not available in Ghana. It's not even available anywhere. It's only available in the UK. So
Yes, sir.
everybody has to come from their respective country to the UK to write the second version of the exam. Now, why is it tag self-sponsorship? Usually, most trusts recruit people directly from their country who have smashed their IELTS and smashed their CBT. They come to the UK and then they can now write the second version of the exam. But as it stands now, you all know the trend. most NHS are poorly staffed, and yet they are still poorly funded. So
Yeah.
double problem. So now that they are poorly funded, they cannot afford to sponsor you as they usually do. So many are waiting for next year election before funding can be released. Now, with the manifestos and everything coming up, everything is targeting towards cutting down on net migration. So today we know, tomorrow we don't even know. I could hear the other day that there was a lot of debate regarding recruiting for red list country, and most politicians were keenly focused on the fact that they are not going to encourage recruitment from red list country. And most African countries are on red list. So that's why we are advocating that if you want to really take the bull by the horn and aid your relocation process, why don't you take advantage of the self-sponsorship route? So many have been doing it and it's been successful for them. For some, it's lack of funds. For some, it's lack of information. But as I always say, you need one update to change your status. So that
Yes,
is why
sir.
we're here today. Hopefully, that update will change your status.
Hmm. Thank you so much for that introduction. Like I said, relax. You are actually on a ride. Mr. Otaibe is going to give you so much today. I can vouch for that. He's saying he's camera shy. Well, guy is loaded though. So just keep your calm, have your popcorn and everything and relax. This is just an introduction. So he's told us about the exams you need to write basically, and this was in self-sponsorship. You will have to fund it yourself. You have to pay for your IELTS yourself. You may have to pay for your CBT and your OSCE exams yourself. But the only thing is that if when you are done and a trust gives you certificates of sponsorship, some of them may be kind to refund you a bit, but it's not like when they brought us and they paid for it for you outrightly. So this one is you yourself planning to fund for it. However, it says the success rate is very high. Doing this is one of the ways that people have been able to relocate. If you've not started anything at all, the first thing you need to do, just to add, is that you need to get your international passport. If you want to get your international passport, the Express Global Services, they offer that as well. So you chat up their customer care, tell them that you want to get an international passport. They will help you facilitate that process and help you get the international passport, most especially if you are in Nigeria. Okay, so you need to get your international passport because you will need that to write your IELTS, and you will need that even to register with your professional bodies and write the different exams. So you need to get that, and you need a valid nursing license. That's why my boss mentioned the fact that you need you need to have been trained. If you've not had a nursing qualification, the first step for you will be to get into a nursing school, and the minimum you need is RN. You don't need BSc. BSc is just an additional. With the RN and your license, you can begin this process. So now, one of those questions I've gotten over the last couple of months is, how much does this cost? Like, how much in total? How much should I save for this? And to mention, you don't need to save all the money when Mr. Taibe gives you the cost. You don't need to have all like the total amount of it before you begin. You you do it as you go along. What, like when I was planning to relocate, what I did was, if I have the 60K, I'll pay for this one. After that, I will do the next one. So as I was saving, I was using it for different process, because if you wait to save it all in bulk, time is going and you may be at disadvantage. So you need to usurp the time. He said, make haste. That's the
Yes.
word. You need to make haste. So I'll leave it to Mr. Taibe now to explain to us how much it may cost for this
Okay.
total process of going through the self sponsorship. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you so much, Nosvitri. Now, before I dive into the cost, let me quickly expose you to some of the advantages of self sponsorship, because some persons don't really know that directly or indirectly, whether being recruited by NHS or you did the self sponsorship on your own, everybody have to make sacrifice at one point or the other. Now, basically, for self sponsorship, if you are able to do it, there is this high trend of unfortunate information, unfortunate messages. It's everywhere. It has always been even before we relocated. So you will see. It's not as if once you just do self sponsorship, the first application you drop, oh, that's it. No, it may not necessarily be like that. But before you submit few applications, you start getting positive reply, positive vibes. So that is one hell of advantage that you will get with the self sponsorship. Another
Mhm.
thing that you need to be aware of is if you are sponsoring yourself, you happens to gain employment into any trust, you have liberty, you have this
Yes.
freedom. So this traction that most trusts will add and say, oh, you have to work with us for a number of years before you can change trust, that is not part of you. So you can get job anywhere. You can get in London, you can get in highly expensive area with the notion that in a few months time you are leaving that trust to another trust. So it's all about heart. So directly or indirectly, either you spend money in the process or you are going to spend your time in with the trust. So if you allow the trust to sponsor you, you must be ready to sacrifice at least 3 years of your hard time
Hi.
to be with that trust, a commitment. So if you know you are willing to do that commitment, good and fine. But if you know you are not willing to do that commitment, you are still going to refund those trusts. So let's assume now that
Yes,
you were
Mr.
not
Taibe, sorry
self-sponsored.
to cut you short. I can totally relate. I
Yeah.
remember there was a point last year. I didn't like the atmosphere in my workplace. Like in my mind, I just wanted to leave. But when I remember the condition that they paid on and you have to pay almost 10,000 pounds before you leave them, I just decided to stay.
So
But
you
just
see,
imagine I said sponsored myself. At that
yeah,
point in time, I would have moved on.
you see, so those are some of the advantages of self-sponsorship. So either you are sacrificing your time or you have to sacrifice the monetary part of it. Now, with that being said, let's quickly dive into the cost of self-sponsorship. Now, anything relating to cost is dependent on the individual. It's kind of a variable, depends on the factors you have at your disposal. Um, Currently, the cost of IELTS has kind of skyrocketed. Prior to this time, I think IELTS exam used to be very, very cheap, but it was tagged as expensive. But now it has gone up. It's a big deal now. So IELTS is part of the process. So we'll assume we'll add that up. But I believe many persons have already smashed their IELTS. So they may not need to be bothered about that. But if you have not yet passed your IELTS, you need to include the cost of IELTS exam. So the cost is variable. Sometimes it could be 200 and something pounds if you are booking in the UK, or 200 and something K now for those who knows about it in Naira. Now, after your IELTS, it's not, there's this popular confusion. Some persons will be thinking, oh, do I need to write my IELTS before my OSCE or before my CBT, or is it compulsory? Which one should to go first? Now, the requirement of NMCM is you should have your CBT, your IELTS, and your OSCE to be able to get your nursing pin. So either way you have it, it's totally up to you. So you can even write your OSCE first before your other exams. But we don't recommend that because the in the whole process, the most difficult part is usually the IELTS. So if you don't smash your IELTS and you end up going to write your other exams, you can be under pressure. And you ask yourself, what's the point of smashing your other exams and then the bigger one you have not passed it, and then your pin is not being given to you, so you are still stuck. So we always advise, pass your IELTS, pass your CBT, and then you know that when you relocate to the UK, you can sort your OSCE out. Now, part of the cost for this journey is the accommodation. Now, for the accommodation, the cost is variable. So you either choose to a friend who is in the UK who can accommodate you. To do this is not hard. They just need to show that they are legitimately in the UK, and there is nothing that is criminal about them. So they can offer you that support. I believe that many of you have friends that are in the UK, so they can actually support you. Alternatively, you can actually choose to take advantage of the Airbnb. Airbnb services nowadays is everywhere. When you are booking Airbnb, don't be too concerned about your exam center, because the mistake most persons make is they are so concerned. Oh, I want to write in Ulster, I must book in Ulster. Oh, I want to write around London. Oh, I want to write in Northumbria. So whichever way you want to write, that should not be your concern. Think of which one will be cost effective for you based on your budget. So we all know that northern part of the UK, they are very cheap accommodation wise. They are less expensive. So rather than you going to expensive zone, why don't you book accommodation in less expensive zone like the northern part of the UK? We as a company, EMGS as a company, have the accommodation package for those of you that may want to embark on the self sponsorship route. It will really go a long way to cut your costs, and we will support you from the process, including the training and so on and so forth. So that should give you a little bit of a headway. Now, beside the accommodation, another thing that you should be aware of is the cost of the OSCE exam. The cost of OSCE exam at the moment, which is subject to change, we hope it will change very soon, is £794. So you can do the conversion. At the moment, I think one for those in Nigeria, naira is like 1,900 plus. So why we are still advocating for all these things now is many years ago while we were making our relocation journey, that same one naira, that same naira was like 500, was like
Yeah.
190, and so on and so forth. So it has gone over 1,000 now. So we don't know whether it's going to move above 2,000 yet. So we don't advocate for that. But that is not on your control. What is on your control is the one you should be focused on. So focus on the one you can actually control, which is the one relating to the self sponsorship. That is if it's for you. Now, so you have to pay for the exam. Usually, you need to book the exam ahead, because booking ahead will go a long way to help your visa process, and it shows that
That's the
okay,
reason why I said you should have your notebook. Me, I'm having my notebook. It's giving you many information. Book exam ahead, though. Okay, thank you, sir.
yeah. So
Continue.
thank you so much. So you need to book your exam ahead, so it will really go a long way to show that you are ready for the process. You have put a lot on it, and that will also add to reduction in your visa denial. There is another part which is the cost of the visa, because you need to apply for your visa, your visitor visa at this point now. For nurses and doctors, they usually have this slight priority, because the UK embassy knows that it's mandated for nurses and doctors to come into the UK, for doctors to write PLAB 2 and for nurses to write OSCE, which is the second version of the CBT. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot of visa denial has been trending recently, and I will not speak too much about that. But when it comes to visa booking, when it comes to self sponsorship on its own, once you have determined that I want to do self sponsorship, we always recommend those on all our platforms to book a one-to-one consultation. Now, when we say book a one-to-one consultation, not because we want to eat your money, it's actually because we want to tailor information to your own, to you yourself, so that you can avoid visa denial. Imagine you have make all the preparation, you put everything in place, and you say, "Oh, I'm going to Japa tomorrow to go and book for my visa, and then I'm going to Japa tomorrow to go and write my exam." And then before you know it, they will not give you an unfortunate message that your visa has been. That will not be good. It will not be good on your emotion. So if you have that one-to-one consultation with our team, they will be able to advise you accordingly, help you to arrange everything you need to put in place to ensure that you are well ready for that visa process. So you don't come to us on the day you want to book for visa and say, EMGS, book the visa for me. Yeah, we have an arm that can book visa for you. But if you determine within your mind and say, okay, I want to do self sponsorship, we always recommend, first and foremost, do a one-to-one consultation and start planning your journey. There's a popular saying that you don't begin to plan for war on the day of battle. You have to plan ahead so that all the necessary tools will be made available to you. So when the visa body are asking for details, they will say, oh, has he got this? You will be ticking, they will be ticking a tick, 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 tick. So if they have no excuse to deny you visa, they will not deny you. But if you give them excuse because you didn't do, because you didn't know, as a result of lack of negligence, or as a result of negligence, then the implication is visa will be denied. So visa on its own costs £153. Dollar, sorry, $153. We always know anything is subject to change. So the value given today could be changed tomorrow. So, but it doesn't go lower; it's always going higher. So you need to also book for your biometrics. When booking for your biometrics, there is variation in prices. Usually start from 76, maybe $76. So maybe if you are going for priority, super priority, and so on and so forth, it can go as high as $200. But it all depends on your budget. So that will go a long way to helping you to guide yourself. Now there is the cost for the feeding. Usually, it is assumed that every visitor that comes into the UK are supposed to spend a minimum of like £80 to £100 on a daily basis. So you have to put that into account, looking at the period of time you want to spend in the UK. So let's say you want to spend 3 months in the UK, 1 month in the UK. Ask yourself, why will you spend 3 months in the UK for? Just an example. So if you are going to spend 1 month in the UK, you want to estimate 1 month, £100 daily times 1 month. What will be the outcome? So when you are able to do that multiplication, you can now deduce the amount you are supposed to hold in your account as a necessity for your feeding. So that's part of the journey. And then there is the last part, which is the flight booking. So you need to book your flight to and fro. Usually you can just get the flight itinerary. So you get that sorted to and fro. I think the average cost of flight now is like from £600 and above. It depends on who is doing it for you. If EFGS as a company is booking your flight for you, be rest assured that it's going to be way cheaper than what you can get on the regular market. So that is also one aspect. So this pretty much sums up the cost that you should be aware of on this journey. Now, I know many of you will be thinking, oh, this money is so huge. How do I make this happen? My dear, the thing about self sponsorship is step by step. There is the part that has to do with the training. There is the part that has to do with the IELTS. It's not the day you wrote IELTS that you wrote your CBT. You have written them apart. Same thing. You want to go for your OSCE. EMGA has the OSCE team that prepare you for your OSCE journey, both physical in the UK or online, while you are at the comfort zone, or at your comfort zone. So what we recommend is, we as a brand has come to make the process easy for you. Before it becomes saturated, trust me, it's going to get saturated. As we
Yeah.
speak now, Nigerians are always the trailblazer. It's just that people don't read sign, they don't read signal. NMC UK Nigeria at the moment is holding some persons to ransom for the purpose of verification saga. So if many persons are not being verified, it means that they will not be able to go for their self sponsorship route. You have been verified to a certain extent. Now you are waiting for those that are on the queue, waiting for verification. In few months time, verification portal will be open. If verification portal is open, it means that those that were not even ready before, they will all gang up. Everybody will embark on this self sponsorship. So if everybody embark on this self sponsorship, even the self sponsorship that used to be selectively saying that, oh, I don't want to, it becomes basically the only option. Because
Yeah.
when there is job everywhere, you will see that 80% of people that are applying for the job, they have been self-sponsored. They've done their own self-sponsorship. It's you that is saying that money is too much, that will not be left behind. So please don't allow that to. So we have tried to demystify everything starting from when you are back home in your country. You don't need to come to the UK and say, oh, you want to do self-sponsorship. That's what is bringing here. I want to train, I want to train, I want to train. We will start training you from your house. Yes, what do you need? Is it apron and all those things you need to practice? You are a nurse. You are already exposed to some of these little facilities. We will prep you very well. We will train you very well, get you back to your country, swap your now. Qualified in Nigeria, qualified in the UK. And if you want to go to US, want to go to Canada, you want to go to Australia, you have gotten a lift. So you know that they don't write NCLEX in Nigeria, they don't write NCLEX in Ghana, but they write NCLEX in the UK. Just a book for NCLEX, you write your NCLEX second. You want to go to Australia, you don't even need any exam. Maybe you renew your IELTS, probably your IELTS will still be intact. You move, you can go anywhere. So that's basically it for the course. If there are questions arising, I will be more than happy to get that clarified as well.
Okay, thank you, sir. There's so much questions already, and there are many comments on the comment section. So many persons are saying thank you to Mr. Taigbe. I benefited from IELTS class. I benefited from this. You can see the testimonies already here. Yeah, and they are really grateful to you. One of them is saying that he started his flat journey with IELTS masterclass, and after that, he made a lot of referrals. Thanks for the classes, and he made it on first attempt. I know this particular person came to the UK, wrote club at first attempt, passed everything, aced it. According to how Mr. Tiger is saying, then you need to ace it at the first attempt. This is what we see. There are a lot of testimonies of this. Somebody said the sister used IELTS classes, and the sister also used IELTS loan services, and the sister is in the UK. That's a good one. So they are saying, Mr. Otaigbe, thank you very much for making Express Med Global Services a blessing to them all. We are all grateful. You can use don't worry, at the end of this, I will read all your lovely love notes to Mr. Taigbe. So if you have your verbal appreciation to him for what he's done for you and making this process easier for you, you can leave it there. But we'll prioritize the questions first. Yeah. We still have so much to cover, because the aim of this is that when you are done with this live session, you should be equipped. You should know what you need to do regarding the self sponsorship. So Mr. Otaibe has told us about the cost and how we can minimize the cost. The easiest way to minimize this cost is to seek information. So please, he mentioned about the one-to-one consultation. That it's very wise. It's very wise. Say true wisdom is a house built, and understanding is established. It's very wise that you build. Somebody said a wise man, if they ask him to cut a tree, he's going to spend more time preparing and sharpening his cutlass than when it can give the tree a few minutes. Why a foolish man will carry a blunt cutlass and start trying to cut the tree and won't be able to do it even after many hours. So please, I really encourage to minimize costs. Book one-to-one consultation. There are many services you don't even know that the express team offer that can help you. So book one-to-one consultation. It is tailored to meet you. It's a person-centered one. So they will know where you are. If perhaps you've written IELTS, they know where to pick it up from there. And the advantage is that you have the contact with them. So by virtue of that one-to-one consultation, you have a direct link. So if you are confused at any step along the line, you can always reach out to them. You have their customer team. You have a professional who is accountable for you. So please make sure you book the one-to-one session. It's a very good way to minimize costs so that you don't start spending for things you should not spend for. So that's a little bit about the cost. Then I want Mr. Taibe to throw more light about the services they render, the IELTS services. I know the OSCE class is starting, another class is starting the 1st of July. And as many that can really use the opportunity. OSCE lessons here in the UK cost hundreds of pounds. I remember the one that my trust booked for me. It cost over 500 pounds. And guess what? Guess how much Mr. Taibe is using it to teach you for OSCE lessons? 50,000 naira. So that's a giveaway. That's less than 30 pounds. And I paid how much? My trust paid how much for me? Over 500 pounds for OSCE lessons that I didn't see them face to face. It was online. I was following. So it made it much, much easier. Another class is starting on July. If you are in this live session, grab that opportunity. Grab that very good opportunity. Grab the opportunity to register for this. Then I want us to talk much about this visa process. I want Mr. Taibe to throw a little bit, like, I'm going to make a detailed video about it, but I just want him to mention about the visa process, how you can he said something about you can avoid visa. One of the ways you can avoid visa is you trying to book your exam ahead. And so I just want him to throw more light on, yeah, on how you do the visitor visa, at what stage is it best to do it. Then
Okay.
after that, to talk about the duration, like how long do you think is feasible from the time you start to the time to the time you become a UK registered nurse? How long will it take for this self sponsorship process?
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I think it is going to be two in one question now. The first having to do with the range of our services, and then the aspect of the visa. So I will take the visa first. So I won't say I'm an immigration consultant or I'm an immigration lawyer, but Express as a company have over 70 staff now who are dedicated in their rights, doing the necessary research and making their due diligence to ensure that people are able to achieve their goals. So we have been doing our due diligence on this. We have been applying for visa for quite some time now, and this has exposed us to range of things that leads people to denial and what have you. So one of that range of thing that causes denial is inconsistency in funding. So most times you want to come to the UK as a visitor, you must have to show that you are capable of taking care of yourself without being a burden to the UK government. So you don't want to come to the UK and then become a burden to the UK government. So you want to be sure that you have everything that you need. So what we do as a company is we help you to prepare ahead. We tell you this is what is going to be requested. Start getting it ready a few months even before it is time for you to book for the visa. So when you make a consultation with us, we arrange everything and tell you that okay, this is the first step, this is the second step, this is the date you are going to book for your visa, this is everything you need for your visa process, and so on and so forth. Now, if funding is your problem, we notice that you don't have money, we say, okay, how do we make this work? So we look at your situation, we tailor information to your situation. This is how to make it work, this is how to gather the necessary document to make things work out. If by chance you are going to say a company is sponsoring you, these are the documents the company need to make available. If it's your relative that is sponsoring you, this is the document the relative need to make available, and so on and so forth. And then there's also the other part of the proof of funds, which goes a long way to reduce your costs on this journey. There are a whole lot when it comes to the proof of fund. I think with a million or less than a million, with 600K, just over 600K, with proof of fund, the whole journey is basically sorted. But we don't want to throw more light on that now. If you want additional information related to those, you can always follow up on our channel where we will have extensive time to explain that further. Now, moving on to the range of services from Express Med Global, basically from start of your journey to the very end, whether you're a nurse, you're a doctor, med lab, whichever profession you belong,
A
Express has got.
physiotherapist is asking that, can you help them?
Yeah,
A
of course.
physiotherapist is asking them.
Anywhere your journey is, whether it's HCPC process, IELTS registration, any part of your journey, we got you covered as a company. So don't worry, just follow us. Anywhere you need our services, target your information to our customer care department. Now, because this space is mainly for nurses, because the self sponsorship route we are discussing today is mainly for nurses, so I will try to tailor my our range of services to those for the nurses. Now, from the very start, you must have to be a nurse, and you will have written your normal council exam. You have gotten your license. Starting from the CBT, whether adult nursing, whether mental health nurse, or even pediatrics, because many don't know that even pediatrics nowadays do self sponsorship. because everybody is dragging adult nursing and mental health nursing. So another hack is the pediatric. So our CBT for the pediatric is launching very soon. So we have the CBT for training for adult nursing, mental health nursing, and there will be pediatric to be added very soon. Now, beside the CBT training that we do offer as a brand, there is also the IELTS training. Our Express IELTS Masterclass is classic. It's inspirational. Ask your colleague, they will tell you. Many
Ah,
of your colleagues that have just japa today, in one way or the other, they must have benefited from the good work of Express Masterclass. So we put passion into it because we know the effect of not smashing this exam. We have experienced the bad side of IELTS, so we have come to say, let's solve this problem once and for all. And everyone that followed the class, they always come back with a positive vibes and positive testimony. So the Express IELTS Masterclass is there for you in case you are actually struggling with IELTS. Our major concern is those people that need help. You see, you now that is writing, you have written multiple times. It's good, no problem. Come to us where you are. Don't worry. You are reading is my problem. It's always I have tried. I have no come. So once you come, we solve the problem for you. Your own is to testify. So it works like magic. But again, you have to do your due diligence, which is to follow us step by step, as we always say in class. Now, beside IELTS tutorial, we have the OSCE training. Currently, we are working with the adult and mental health. Pediatric OSCE is also loading. So our OSCE class will start again in July. We just concluded one, and testimony has already started. Really mean where you write your exam. You go
yes.
smash it, now you share testimony. That is our
Yeah.
major concern, not where you write your exam. So if you are having difficulty, or you want to start your OSCE journey, come to us. We are the expert on this journey. Yeah, you can watch YouTube video, they will give you a lot of headway, they will give you a lot of guide, but YouTubers are sometimes people like you and I that have passed this exam, they want to pass information, but they may not have that information on the background that we are exposed to as assessors, as tutors. So we are here to give it to you hot and fresh. Serve it hot and fresh. We prepare you in your comfort zone. When you come to the UK, you want to do practice, we still prepare you. So that is that for the OSCE session of our services. The visa application services is also there for those of you that want to have your visa booked. You don't want issues, you don't want denial, you don't want challenges. Come to EMGS. We hold your hand and get you through the process. Some of you are asking for document. What do I need to be able to defend myself? How do I prove to them that? Because one problem with visitor visa, once they deny you, you may not have the opportunity to appeal. So you want to do it well on first attempt, and that is where EMGS as a company is there to help and serve your journey. Now, there is the OSCE exam booking part of our services. We book your OSCE exam for you. If there are any other exam you want to book with the company, NCLEX and also what have you, we can also help you to sort that out. I've spoken about our accommodation services before. For those who do internship back home in Nigeria, even those who come to the UK for self-sponsorship, we can help you to arrange your accommodation. Either we are sorting it for you via the Airbnb route or via our accommodation here in the UK. We also try to accommodate you close to where you will be obtaining your training so that you will end up smashing it all at once. One thing I always tell people is if you refuse to take training for your OSCE, there are potentials that you may repeat one or two stations. If
Yeah.
you repeat one or two stations, that money you say you will not have, you will use
You
the
will have
same
it.
to book for receipt. So what do you want? To book for receipt or to smash it at once? And booking for receipt is even way more expensive. I think receipt now is 300 and something pounds, half of the exam for taking one station or two stations. So you don't want that to be your portion. So you do your own due diligence. So beside the accommodation services, we have the job application services. Now that you smash your OSC, you smash everything, we can reach out to us. We support your job application journey. While you are doing your own part, we are also doing our own part, making sure that we chase it from every angle, provided you get your job as soon as possible. We also have the interview preparation department of our platform, and a myriad of past questions to help guide your journey. So we prep you for your interviews and ensure that you are well grounded. You know what is expected of you. When you go for that interview, you'll be getting so many unfortunate information. So every opportunity you want to utilize it to the best of your advantage. So we prepare you, we ask you every question. Most times they will ask you, and then we get you ready for that interview, and then you can go and smash it. Now, there is also the CV drafting arm of the Express team. There's the supporting information drafting of the Express team, because we know very well that some of you knows everything that is expected to be known as a nurse, but you don't really know how to put your CV into proper perspective. So we have the CV arm. Our team are dedicated on this journey for you, highly subsidized. They will help you to prepare your CV, will help you to prepare your supporting information to meet that job description, so that it can be useful to you consistently. So that also is available to you. Now, if for instance you say you are the do it for yourself type of person, you say, oh, I don't want anybody to do my CV, I want to do it by myself. We have the Express CV and supporting information masterclass. So that's a tutorial where we teach you how to draft your CV. Even if you don't use our services, you want a stranger to draft CV for you, it's no problem. Now make you succeed be our concern. So you go and meet that stranger, but you need to know what is expected. You need to know what is supposed to be a part of your CV. So we will teach you, so that you can, when they bring it to you, you'll be able to say, okay, yeah, this is right, or this is wrong, make adjustment to this, and so on and so forth. So we have that arm as well. They help you to draft your supporting information and a CV. Now we have myriad of past questions on our Telegram group. We are still growing at the moment. It has been helpful to a lot of nurses, those who have done their interview, share their past questions, and this helps to guide those that will still come in the future. Hopefully, maybe we can tag the Telegram link on the bio afterwards, so that it will help to guide your journey. So we have the very important Express 50 loan services. Yeah, I know many of you are just after this now. Oh, how about the Express 50 loan services? How does it benefit me? I want to do self sponsorship. Will Express Swift loan services help me? It comes in different ways. Now we set up the Express Swift loan services because we wanted to achieve a target. Now, what actually led to Express Swift loan services on the background was, I had a couple of my friends recently. They told me that they bought a plot of land in Lekki when Lekki was still not what it is now. When I mean Lekki, I'm speaking of Nigeria. So these persons, they said they bought those land 700K, 700,000. So they said, as we speak, as at when we're starting our Swift loan services, now those property were now worth 90 million naira. Now you look at that appreciation from 700,000 naira to 90 million naira. That is huge. Now you assume that that person has sold that land he bought 700,000 naira for 1 million because he wanted to japa, or because he wanted to relocate. And now he
Hmm.
now get to know that that land he sold for 1 million is now worth 90 million naira. What will that feeling be like? Even if you travel to any part of the world now, it doesn't mean that when you just travel, you come back there, you will now have 90 million stock in your account. It takes a whole lot. So 90 million is still a huge amount of money despite the depreciation of naira. So I looked at it, and I had a meeting with my team. I said, okay, as a company, rather than allowing these people to sell their property, why don't we provide them with the necessary funds to help their relocation? When they eventually succeed in relocating, they can come to us, and then they pay back their loan based on agreement. So that was how Express Swift Loan Services was born. Now, for the self sponsorship route, and for those who are on the study abroad route, we are still deeply concentrating on it. We are considering it. Hopefully, once that consideration is reached at a conclusion, we will still reach out to the community and say, okay, EMGS has taken over. We are going to be doing your self-sponsorship by providing you with the necessary funding. But for the now, we are not into self-sponsorship funding. But when you get your job, maybe for one reason or the other, you don't have funds to relocate, come to us as a company. We provide you with the funds, everything you need, provided you can provide your document, every necessary things. Our loan is within 48 to 24 hours to 48 hours. Your funds should be in your account. We don't ask for your collateral. I know many of you are saying, now, we will give them for collateral? What would they accept for? We don't ask for your collateral. We don't ask you for your land. We don't ask you for your car. We don't ask you for any collateral. It's our sacrifice to you. So you will have to be diligent. You will also have to do your part by paying us back. We have mechanism put in place. Don't worry. Say, if I collect the money, I don't pay, what will they do? Don't worry. You don't want to dent your image in the public atmosphere or public sphere. So we also put mechanism in place to ensure that the bad egg does not spoil the good things that the good ones are doing. The reason why visa denial is very rampant now is because the bad egg has relocated using the visitor route, and they refused to come back. You see it? So because of those bad eggs, that's why it's difficult for others that are coming. That's why we are not doing due diligence to ensure everything is right. So it's same thing with the Swift loan services. We can help you. We have helped a lot of persons, countless.
Yeah.
God have used us as a medium to help people. There are some people that say, I beg my family member, they are not looking at my face. And this visa, this everything is here. I've even gotten my visa. Is the money for flight. Express help us. We'll take it over and then we'll support them with that necessary fund that they need. And that is it. When they relocate, the money that seems big to yesterday, 2 million may be a big money for you now. But 2 million is just like £1,000. It's not big money. You understand? 10 million may be a big money for you. That's because you are still there. We keep saying, beside the fact that you are relocating for the little fund that you may get, relocation is not just all about money. It broadens your horizon. It broadens your
Yeah.
eye.
You're thinking.
Ask yourself, why are politicians' children abroad? Why are they studying abroad? Why are they in different area of the world? In those days, it's only politician children that have opportunity that you have at your disposal. Now, many of you have this opportunity. Now you are thinking, you are not saying, oh, I don't want to travel. People can still make it in my. Yeah, it's true. People can make it anywhere. But why don't you also expose yourself so that tomorrow, God forbid, they now say they are chasing people from that in your country. You know that you have dual citizenship. You belong to two different locations. So there are so many ways to have a look at these things. So we have the express video services to help your journey. Now, for those of you that may say, "Oh, UK is not my thing." No, 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 no. UK everywhere, everybody, everything. UK, and you say US is the one you are concerned about. ENGS has got your back. We've got the Express Masterclass, the best of the best. So we teach you like a baby and make you become the expert. Yeah, they say NCLEX is the most difficult exam there is. Have you heard of our tutors? So we are competent and we make the journey swift, easy, and flat for you. And all this at a very subsidized rate. Booking your CGFNS, every registration you need to do in the process, we got you covered. And for those who are young graduates who just finished from school, we have the express parcel services and pass question services across the various countries in Nigeria. Our services is gathered spread into all Africa countries now. But there are still those that are still localized to help those persons that have just graduated. Maybe you want to get your document from one hospital to another, rather than you spending a whole lot of funds. You want it done at a subsidized rate. We do it for you. Now, if you are in the medical field, you are MLS, you are radiographer, whichever profession you belong, Express have got that thing that can help your journey, whether from IELTS, booking, um, tutorial, and so on and so forth. So it has everything covered to help in guiding
Mm-hmm.
and providing you with everything you need. So that's basically it when it comes to our services. And if you want to make use of our services, it's not hard. When you put a message to any of our admin, you are about to get a reply. If you are not getting a reply from one admin, follow the group. Be kind enough to read the information on the group, because imagine having over 17 staff working across various departments. There are people assigned for certain tasks. You don't expect everybody to do everything at the same time. No, there are guides. Like on our customer care department now, we have certain persons that are dutified to act as customer care representative. Their own is to answer your questions. Their numbers are tagged against the services they are handling. So when you need this service, you know who to call. But you have to what? Do your due diligence. Ask the necessary question. I want to speak to Otaigwe direct. I want to speak to Otaigwe direct. I've left him a message on his DM. He's not replying me yet. No, don't worry. If you get across to the customer care service, when they see that what you are asking for is very important, they can still schedule you. We will meet. What are we for? To help your journey. If we are not now fulfilling our purpose, what is the essence? So we cannot deliberately ignore you. So the aim is to make your journey swift, easy. Make it easy for you so that tomorrow you can reflect back and say, wow, this company helped my journey. So whichever challenges you have, don't worry, come to us. We will try our best to help you and make it swift and easy. So that's basically it when it comes to EMGS services.
Wow, thank you so much, Mr. Otaigwe, for detailedly explaining that. So, one of the challenges that persons have been experiencing is this expiration of certificate of good standing. Like when they, after writing the OSCE, they find out that their certificate of good standing has expired. So, please, can you throw light on how they can overcome these challenges of good standing?
Thank you so much. This is a very, very vital question. A lot of persons are even refusing to embark on self sponsorship because of this same challenge of certificate of good standing expiration. At the moment, before now, they used to, there's a popular saying that, oh, if after certain period of time you have not written your OSC, you have not written your CBT, your portal will close. But now those have really worn off. We now have the issue of renewal of certificate of good standing. Now, certificate of good standing is just a message that can be issued by your NMC of your country, national military country of your country, to NFC UK to let them know that you are still of good standing working as a nurse. And this can be done in two ways, either by your country, the country where you are practicing, or by the country you want to get the job, which is the UK, as the case may be. Now, you know, the truth of the matter is, when the people that are allowed get certain information, the information spread like wildfire. But when the cold-hearted people get the information, it dies down. So it's just like the issue of red list. Many will tell you now today that, oh, red list is the reason why I'm not relocating. Red list has held me down. But the truth is, red list did not start today.
Yeah.
As we speak, red list did not start today. Red list
Yes.
started long ago, even before we relocated. So because you now experience unfortunate information as a result of lack of funding in NHS trust, does that mean that it's red list that is holding you to ransom? No, there are a number of factors that have come together to cause that. Now, for the certificate of good standing, now that NMC in Nigeria, as at this time, are holding verification, you don't need to worry yourself. Once you have eventually passed your IELTS, passed your CBT, passed your OSCE, you will not tell your trust. You will not be asking, how will I tell my trust, but I've not gotten job yet? That is the secret, one of the hack. So when you are applying for your job, you will have changed your location. So the place where you stay to write your OSCE will become the location of all your places when you are doing your application. All your portals is changed to that. Now,
Yeah.
when you have changed that location, you become consistent. And another hack is, when you finish your OSCE, don't rush home. I
Yeah.
know you are missing home. Many of you are written OSCE, just run back home. Don't rush home. Go to nearby. take your gogo and say, care home near me. Go to nearest care home. Tell them I have passed IELTS, I have passed CBT, I have passed OSCE, I'm ready to work as a nurse. Is there any vacancy available?
I have my PIN number.
You see, is there any vacancy available? They will tell you, oh, there's no vacancy available, or there's vacancy available. You have nothing to lose. If they tell you no vacancy available, you now say, oh, thank you so much. Please, I have been making a lot of research about this hospital online, and I was trying to get the email from the HRO department for follow-up. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to achieve this. So please, could you kindly give me the email of the HRO department? They will give you that email, gentle, gentle. Then you will now humbly go back home. Then you now go and be composing what they call code mail.
Yeah.
You will write unsolicited mail and say, I am so so and so, a registered nurse. If you have written your OSC, you have not gotten your PIN as a result of certificate of good standing, don't be bothered. Write your code mail. When you say you have passed your IELTS, you have passed your CBT, you have passed your OSC, don't go and be saying, awaiting my PIN. Awaiting what? No. You just say I passed my IELTS, passed my CBT, and have equally passed my OSC. Stop there. Let them see that you have passed everything. In their mind, they will say, okay, this one must have gotten PIN. Now, when
Yeah.
they call you for interview, you will also provide everything for them. You are passed of this, you are passed of this, and you are passed of this. Now, once they're giving you that offer, you can now add a message to them and say, thank you so much for this offer. I am actually ready. NACN has said that you should email them to let them know that my certificate of good standing is still intact. Your trust will now send that message. It's not today, it has been since.
It has been.
Your trust does
Exactly.
sending. So why are you concerned about the whole Nigeria are holding people to ransom? You use that one as a yardstick not to move. That is Nigeria. Oh, NAC, if not for NAC Nigeria now that said no more verification, I will have lost. Say, oh, is this certificate that is holding? I said information can take you from point A to point B. But that's if you subscribe to channel like this. Now, some of you have been on this interaction so far since now. You are looking at the subscribe button. It's doing you like, should I click on it? Should I not click on it? Who are you doing? Click on the subscribe button, and the impact is definitely for you. You make your journey swift and easy. So when you now have that your pin ready, nobody's holding you to ransom again.
Yeah.
Go to your country. Now, the mistake and not some of you also make is they will tell you that, oh, but you pass your, are you going back to your country? What are you going to go back to your country before you come back? Some of you will say, yes, I'll go back to my country and then I'll come back. You that have sponsored yourself to come to the UK first. You will
Yeah.
not tell them, rather than say, I will go back to my country and come back. You will say, I have all the funds. I don't need to go back to my country, change my visa. Every expenses is on me. Yes, every expenses is on you. You have gotten the offer, don't worry. The money is big in your eye now. It's not a big money. Waiting be £2,000. It's not a big money. So you now have the money now. You now have the offer now. Go back to your country, change it. If you don't have the money, come. Express EMGS will give you the fund. You have gotten the offer now. EMGS will give you the fund. We'll give you the loan. When we give you the loan, you come to the UK, you can always pay us back. Because 2 million or 4 million, 3 million, that is a million to you. An average nurse in the UK earns £1,600 to £2,300, depending on
Yeah.
where you are working, or even £2,600 for those in care home. Some care
Yeah.
homes say they earn reach £3,000 if you don't know.
Yeah. Sometimes. Yes.
That's almost like 6 million. So what is holding you? If you are earning 6 million in a month, or you are earning 4 million in a month, you will say, oh, there is cost of living, oh, there is cost of accommodation, you have forgotten to put who told you. Why don't you live where you are working at? Since you did self-sponsorship, it also means that you are not bound to anybody. You can move to the northern part of the UK. What brought you to the UK? Is it to come and show off? Don't be money you can't gather. Then you move to the place that can help you gather the money, which is the
Yeah.
northern part. Northern part, accommodation cheap. Everything cheap. If you remove 500, 600, or £700 for 2,000, you still have like 1,300 remaining for your funds. And that 700 or 600 will be enough to carry you for some time. And many of you are single. So it's quite kind of a bit easy for you. It's
Yeah.
just tagging to information. So that kind of eliminate the issue of certificate of good standing. When you have everything ready, you can now proceed to the next phase, which is what? The phase of coming back to Nigeria, returning back. If money comes, you are now stranded. EMDS is there. Nobody has come to us that has every document we ask. I will not say we don't have funds to give you. No, because we have good-hearted people like you, like Nurse Victory now, like other people in diaspora that make these funds available and say, EMGS, I have £2,000 in my account, it's just stuck there. These £2,000 can help somebody. Why don't I give you these £2,000 so that it can help somebody and give me interest? We say, okay, God will bless you. Come and join our Swift Flow service. The person joins, he give us the money, we give it to you. The money helps you, you give the money back, we give it back to the person with interest. Problem solved. So it's so simple. We are here to make the journey easy for you. The question we always ask is, are you ready to be helped? It's one thing to say, I want to help, I want to help. But if you are not available for help, nothing can be done. But we are ready to help. Are you ready to be helped? So
Yeah.
that's just basically it with
Thank,
issues of certificate of good standing.
thank you so much, sir. What he said, I can really relate to it. It didn't start today. When I relocated to UK 2 years back, and one of the issue I had was the certificate of good standing. Because when my care home booked for my healthcare exam, like 3 months into UK, so after the time it expired, after I passed OSCE, they didn't give me a pin yet. But I didn't disturb NMC Nigeria. All I needed was it's just the employer that I've applied to, the ones that gave me the job. My
That is
manager just did a letter. I don't think there was a letterhead. He just said, "This is
that is it.
Victory. She is this, she's that, she's punctual, she's that." And I gave it to
That's it.
NMC. They accepted and
That's
sent
it.
me my pin. So
They
you
just
don't even need NMCN Nigeria for certificate of good
that's
standing. You
it.
can have it in the UK. You can even have it if you volunteer. People come
Yes.
on a visit visa and before they leave, they do volunteer. So you volunteer
Even
with an
healthcare
organization.
assistant gets it. Healthcare assistant, HCA. HCA
Yeah.
gets it. They gave
HCA
it with the
gets it. I
program.
was working
Yeah,
as
they
a
gave it with
HCA
the
then
program.
before
I've
my
even
pin.
gotten one that came to my DM recently and said I was having issue of certificate of good standing. My trust has just offer me now.
Offered. You just need to, even though it's
HCA
just
gets
one
it.
week,
So
volunteer
people
as
just
an they
amplify.
give you certificate of good standing. So long
Yeah,
your DBS is right, your police clearance is, they will give it to you.
correct. That's it. You do your
So
DBS, you
it's
do
not
everything.
actually an issue the way people are putting it. So let
Of
it
course
not
it's not.
say, let it not be the reason why you say you don't want to embark on a self sponsorship route. Remember when you are relocating to the UK, you are doing this for yourself, you are doing it for your children, you are doing it for your family back home. There are
Correct.
times when they say cost of things is expensive, but when you are sending pounds to Naira, you won't even feel it as
You
much.
don't feel
So
anything.
you are doing it still for the good of your friends and your family back home. You are doing it for yourself. So don't start sitting down to say, I don't think it's of any need. Still be there. You are spending this, you are not earning the money, but you are spending it in your home country. My sister
No,
got the phone the other day, and the money she got the phone was almost the same money they sell it here. And I was not imagining you earn in Naira there, you are buying the same
yes.
phone at that cost. I mean, I earn in pounds, I'm buying the same thing. So
See?
it doesn't mean there's so much benefit you can't just trade and feel like you don't want to do this. So it's there's so many benefits in short. So we'll just throw light about some of the testimonies that of people that have done this. Some parents are really asking, is it real? This success rate, do people really get job? How do I get job after writing this exam? Have people gotten job? Mr. Taibe has a lot of persons. So he's just going to show light on 2 or 3 persons who've done it, how they got their job quickly. Okay. Then after that, we start taking some questions in the comment section.
Okay, so thank you so much. As we always say, testimonies is boundless, is endless when it comes to EMGS. From ICBT and so on and so forth, even to the trending self sponsorship route now. Now, let me just show a light on this individual that got a job recently. So when she was applying for the self sponsorship route, she was having this sort of skepticism on the process because she was thinking, oh, I've heard a lot about certificate of good standing. it's not going to work. What should I do? What should I not do? We had a session with the person. We guided her from start to the very end. So eventually, when she was in the application phase, so when she got to the UK, the first thing we told her was to change all her details, her address on track to the new address where she's bearing. So when she did that, and she was using our job application part to apply for job while she was preparing for her OSCE. During this period, she was getting interview. It was so fortunate for her that almost all her interview were after her OSCE. So she smashed her OSCE exam and she went for her interviews. The interview gave her two options, physical or online. She decided to opt for the online. She did an interview and she passed her exam. She was also having issue with certificate of good standing, as you are saying now. We prompted that, we guided her on how to go about it. We also sent some videos on our interview preparation on Telegram group to her. She went through those videos and eventually she went for the interview. It was successful and she got the offer. The certificate of good standing, the trust gave it to her. And as we are speaking now, she is fully licensed. She is collecting the dough.
Hey,
So,
hey,
and
hey.
that's a good testimony. The testimonies are endless. So in from start to the very end, everything we said is not they say, is back up. So if you want more, maybe you want to know more about this, you are hearing us for the first time, join our Telegram group. She will try and pin it to the 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 chat box. Hopefully it will help in guiding you so that you really know what we are speaking about. You can also check us out on our social media channel. We are basically on all social media channel now. Before now, we don't used to be on Insta and all that, but we are following trends. So we have EMGS in all social media channel now. You basically do not have a choice on why you are not able to take advantage of opportunity presented before you.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Ahib. So, what with the last bits, I'm just going to be checking through the comment section, and then I will take some of the core questions that persons have been asking. If we've explained some of them, apologies, we may not need to repeat it because we don't want this session to be longer than supposed. So, I'll just check through some of the questions. Somebody saying he's seeing the face finally. She's finally seeing the face behind Express. It's
I'm
a time
closing
when the camera shy, he's back. You can see how much information he has. Yeah, God bless you, Mr. Taigbe. We really appreciate that. Feels good to be here. So yeah, dedicated to nurses most especially. So just reach out to the express services. Okay, somebody saying, will you send the record of this meeting so that those that listen late? Yeah, it's fine. We'll leave the replay. I'll leave the replay on the YouTube channel so that you can re-listen to it. Please make sure you visit the EMGS Express channel YouTube channel, their YouTube channel, the official YouTube page of the Express Med Global Services. You definitely learn a lot from it. Okay. Somebody said the success story is attributed to, it's second to none. It's highly recommended. Please, does it mean you can sit for OSCE before CBT?
Yes, you can. They are not dependent on each other. You can do CBT first, you can do your OSCE first. It's not dependent on each other. The requirement is get IL, so that's it.
Okay. So thank you, sir. So somebody else is asking, how long is the visitor visa? Like, how long does it take? How long? Queen Amma, if you're still online, can you just make clarity? If you mean how long does it take to apply for it, or how long can you stay with the visitor visa?
So I think she will be concerned about how long will you stay in the UK with visitor visa. So usually, the maximum time you can stay with visitor visas on first applying should be 6 months. So what we usually recommend is when you apply for visitor visa for OSCE, say you are going to come for a month, or 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, or 4 weeks, depending on how much funds you have in your account. That will be based on our one-to-one consultation. We know your potentials and what you can actually do in the process. So you can decide to stay longer than 4 months, 5 months, even when you say you were originally coming for a month. But you shouldn't exceed 6 months. Otherwise, next attempt will not be successful. So
Okay.
it's just all about knowing what is you are supposed to know and following it.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Somebody was asking about the certificate of good standing, but I
Yeah,
believe we've actually talked about that and how you can do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Another
we
person said, Mr. Taigbe, you are God sent. Someone is saying, I can't hear a thing from here. Kemi, sorry about that. Are you able to hear now? Someone said EMG is a household name indeed. I agree about that. So how long does it take to get a job after passing OSCE? Is it possible to get a job before leaving the UK if you are going through the self-sponsorship route?
Yeah, I think I've already summarized that. It depends on your
Yeah.
strategy. That's why I said join spaces such as this, subscribe to channels such as this, join Victory channel, subscribe, it doesn't cost you 18. Join EMGS on YouTube. You have all our social media channels. Go and search for it. Just type EMGS, Express Med Global. They will pop up. The truth is, when you have successfully done the first part, which is passing your exam, use your leg, put on Google Map and say care home near me or NHS near me. Go to this NHS. They will not take a thing from you. You don't need to introduce yourself. Hello, my name is Jeremiah Juliet from Nigeria. Why are you calling Nigeria? What if the person you are calling Nigeria to has had one bad experience with Nigeria? Now only
Yeah.
Nigeria black. There are many black people. Just go there. My name is Jeremiah Juliet. I'm a registered nurse. I passed my IELTS, passed my CBT, and I've also passed my OSC. My friend has told me a lot about this job. I try my best to apply online, but I just wanted to get a glimpse as to whether there is vacancy available at the moment. They say, oh, that is only the HRO department that can do. So, okay, please. I have tried to send their email online. It has not been successful. Could you please help me with the HRO email? They will give you. It's only you that have that HRO email. You will not go and be bombarding them with cold email. As we are speaking now, I'm even in this UK. I'm ready, I've sponsored myself, and I want to work with your trust because I have gone through your trust values, and I see that this your trust value rhyme with my personal value, and I want to work in a place where the trust value matches with my personal value, and I'm willing to contribute my quota to the growth of this establishment. I will be more than happy if given the opportunity to be interviewed by your team. Simple analysis. Then they will not
Yeah.
look at it and give you either a yes or a no, or direct you to the appropriate person to help it. Simple. So it becomes faster. Okay, you that is in Nigeria now. Now you want waka come care home near you, or you put on Google Map. How you want to cross it?
Yeah, thank you for that tip. Somebody else is asking here, he's saying, oh, it's just a compliment that thank you for the last OSCE training. Uche Okoye was part of it and he said it was really self-explanatory. Well
Hmm.
done, Mr. Taigbe, for that. So you can see there are testimonies from the OSCE class already. The next one starts 1st of July.
Yeah.
If you want to be part of it, with the when we are done with this live session, on the description, I'm going to leave a link that you can use as soon as possible. Someone is asking, how can I register for OSCE, please? When you do a one-to-one consultation, it's not compulsory for you to do the one-to-one consultation, but it's just helpful. When you do that, you'll be able to get guide, and without doing the consultation, you can reach out to them and they will book the OSCE exam for you. But the
Hmm.
reason why I advise you to do the consultation is that so that they will be able to advise you on when best to book. So they know
Definitely.
your level of preparation and know how long it will take you to really put yourself together so that when you get into the UK, you can pass it at first attempt. So that's the answer to that question. What's the next step after getting your international passport? The next step after getting your international passport is for you to register with the Nursing and Midwifery Council of the United Kingdom. You can register with this group of with your license as well. You need your nursing license. You pay £140 to the United Nursing and Midwifery Council of the United Kingdom. I have a detailed video I did about the step-by-step process. I'm going to link that video so that we don't take much time on this. It tells you what you need to do. The first one, international passport, and how much you're spending with it. Although you need to channel more of it and with the recent conversion rate. So somebody was like, exactly, I think you just mentioned the most laudable part. that they deliver internet services at cheapest prices. Yes, it's true. I agree to that. How much can one have in a personal account if you have a sponsor and someone is accommodating you and you're ready to stay for 3 weeks? So Mr. Tagbe said you should target a minimum of like that, at least you should target £100. So just times £100 by 21. So that will help. But if you actually have somebody sponsoring you, it's gonna be cheaper because you will eat. They will feed you, right? They're accommodating you. They will feed you, so you won't need to spend that much. Yeah. So maybe if you split that cost into two, that's how much you need in your account. Is the one-to-one consultation a one-off thing? I want Mr. Taibe to throw more light on it. Is it just a one-off thing, or they have access to your
So
services?
just as we said before, when you have a consultation with us, we don't just say, "Oh, come and hop on a call with us." No, we tell you, bring your writing material, bring your partner, whoever wants to be on this journey with you, who is going to support you. They will all be on a call with our team members. So they will be guiding you. You will be writing. When they finish, they will review everything with you and say, "Do you understand?" They will even give you a book to review our services. They will give you a link to review our services. If there is any dissatisfaction, they will now follow it up. But there has never been dissatisfaction in EMGS services when it comes to one-to-one consultation. Well, after this consultation has been done, if you have further questions, you can always pop our team members a message for follow-up. But if you have jotted down, you always have something to reference. So that is it on that.
Okay, thank you so much for that. I think somebody is asking, how long is adequate between your travel date and the exam date, please? If perhaps you ask the question and you are offline, just encourage the person to rewatch this video because we are trying to take all the questions, so you'll be able to get answer to that. Like, how long is adequate between your travel date and exam dates, please?
Oh, so it depends. It depends on you as an individual. How much do you have? So the longer you stay in the UK, the more expenses you are going to tender during your visa application that you have. So the more the cost, the longer you stay in the UK, the more the cost. So there's no actual date that I say how long is adequate, but we always say at least 2 weeks to your exam or a week to your exam, be in the UK. You understand? So if you are in the UK 2 weeks to your exam, you can always come to us and do the physical training to get you more vibes against the exam, so that you will not get to exam hall, you are just seeing the mannequin for the first time. So you don't want to do culture shock. You will have everything at your disposal. You're already used to everything. So when you just go to a exam, you are like a superstar. So 2 weeks, 3 weeks, they are all enough.
Please, I make sure at least 2 weeks before your exam. Going to pay for a receipt is more than the money you paid for all your trainings together. So please be arm yourself before you take the exam. Somebody else was asking, did verification in May 2022, now pass English test and CBT, can and wants to start the self sponsorship process. When will she get you bin? If you pass your CBT and you've passed your IELTS, the only thing you need is for me, lie or it's in online. Please book for that July class so that you can start preparing, reading for your OSCE. Then after that, you can have even before that, have the consultation so they can book your exam for you, prepare you, and all you need is the OSCE exam before you get your PIN. Haven't done this, I know you've already passed that verification stage and you have certificate of good standing already. Whether it gets expired is not any of your business. We've explained that you can get it within the UK. So do that OSCE exam, come over, write it, get your PIN, and you'll be able to secure a job. So Express is one of the best company there that is smashed. Well done. It smashed his IELTS at first attempt through their aid. God bless you, Mr. Otagbe and team. So wow, so somebody is amazed that the loan is without collateral. That's amazing. Yes, it's without collateral. All you need to do is to show them that you already have you an offer, your CRS, and you get the loan, which you repay after you settled in the UK. Like he said, no matter how much, if you borrow 3 million, you're still gonna repay it when you settle in the UK because what you earn is within 3 months, 4 months, you should be able to pay that off. How long will it take me to travel, write my house key, and start applying for job? Is it compulsory to make reservation for your flight before biometrics? I'll just leave Mr. Otaigbe to take these two questions.
So is it compulsory to book for flight before biometrics?
Yeah.
Is that what she's asking?
Yeah, she's saying, is it compulsory to make reservation for flight before biometrics?
No, of course it cannot be compulsory. Nothing is compulsory in the process. It's not compulsory. No, no, you don't. It's not compulsory that you must book for your flight before you make reservation for your biometric. No, don't worry about that. The first thing you need to know how much you have in your account. All these things we are saying, you can actually do a flight itinerary and send it to the UK government and say, oh, this is what I have, this is what I need, and that will be during your visa application process. So don't be bothered. It's not even compulsory. So it's not as if it's compulsory.
Okay. Somebody, thank you for that. I think the first part is, how long will it take me to travel, write my OSCE, and start applying for job? And I will link it to the other question. Somebody is saying she still wants that time frame for the process that is yet
Okay.
to be answered, but she really
So I
appreciates
think
the value.
why they're asking this question now is because some their IELTS will soon expire. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Some will soon have issues of this certificate of good standing we've spoken about. But don't worry. The first thing is prepare for your OSCE. It is dependent on you. When you follow our Express OSCE masterclass, we target 6 weeks tutorial. That's roughly like a month and 2 weeks. And error, you say, go and get this for me. The child sometimes they will need to be recording within their mind. You know you are preparing for something. So you prepare your account, you prepare everything so that 2 to 3 months time you will have gotten to UK to write your exam. When you have written your exam, chances of getting jobs very high because of the strategies we have given out so far.
Yeah.
But the question now is, will you take your time and watch this video again, or you will say data is the one that is holding you?
Ah.
But you can watch Netflix. You see? So it's a thing of you taking advantage of opportunity. Is it Netflix you want, or information that can help your family? We always say, don't you are not traveling, don't be selfish. You are not traveling because of yourself. You are traveling because of your children and your unborn children. You are giving them opportunity. Many years back, I always say this in our SSI masterclass. I have an uncle there that could have relocated when ₦1 was equal to £1. He said, no, how will I relocate when ₦1 is equal to £1? What's the difference? So he stayed back. Although my uncle is late now to his the blessed memory, but that advice changed a lot of narratives about my journey.
Yeah.
So ₦1 that used to be £1, we saw it at 100 and something. We saw it at 200, 400, 500, 1,000, 2,000, even above 2,000, and it has come down to ₦1 now. You understand? So that's just it. It's all about planning. Don't just go and book for the exam. Plan. Will my visa be ready? Will my document be ready? Will my visa be denied? What will cause my visa to be denied? Book 1 to 1. £2, abi £3 or £5 will save you from £100, £200. Why don't you get that salvation for free?
Yeah.
So that's why we are there for you to help you. Again, we want to help. Are you willing to receive help? So if you are willing, we are always there to help you. So just follow us and we will take it from there.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir, for that explanation. Does your exam date affect your visa application if you want to book the exam ahead? I don't think it affects. It even makes them know you are serious. So you need
Yes,
to book your exam before you start that visa application. Can one
definitely.
book OSCE with expired IELTS?
Okay, thank you so much. I know some of you will be confused about this and you'll be saying, oh, when you are doing your NFCA process or when you are doing your OSCE process, part of the document they will verify will be your IELTS. Yes, it's true. Sometimes part of the document they will verify will be a part of your IELTS. But that does not make it compulsory in the process. But don't put yourself under pressure. In all this exam, The most difficult of them all is IELTS. Why is it IELTS? Simply because IELTS tells you it's a test of English proficiency. But that's the deception about IELTS. IELTS is not a test of intelligence. Neither is it even testing your English proficiency, but it's testing your skills in English. So
Mm-hmm.
because you were not naturally English person, even English people, it's still they hard them to pass IELTS. You understand? So you yes, so it's still difficult for them. So you want to pass the difficult one first before you go and put yourself at tight corner. Okay, what if you now pass your OSC, you pass your CBT, and IELTS is now putting pepper in your eye? You have gotten job, they will say present IELTS, you say oh no IELTS. It becomes more difficult. So pass IELTS first, pass CBT, and come to OSCE. Then you can be doing training for OSCE. We always say don't put yourself under pressure. OSCE takes a lot. They are a whole complex. There are so many stations to attend to. You don't want to be practicing it a day to your OSCE. You want to take your time. If you want to book your OSCE 3, 4, 5 months time, join class now and be practicing little by little, step by step, until you know you are well grounded. You will know that okay, by this so and so period, I'm going to be ready. And that's where Express OSCE Masterclass has made the process easy for you and seamless.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Otaibe. Somebody is asking that you've spoken about UK and America. That does your services cover Canada as well? I know the answer, but I just wanted
E- everything, everything, as long as you want to relocate. We are focusing on UK today because UK is the topic of discourse, so that we don't
yeah.
digress. So wherever you want to go, reach out to our customer care department and they will link you to the appropriate channel and everything will be sorted.
Yeah, you can as well visit the Express YouTube channel, subscribe to it, subscribe to this YouTube channel as well, because with this YouTube channel, I share lots of information regarding relocation and how you can settle abroad. So it's not limited to United Kingdom. There are also countries within the EU that allows you to relocate. Recently, Canada opened a care visa route for HCAs. So these are things we share with this channel. So do subscribe to this channel. I will make a detailed video to explain how you can solve the opportunity to Canada and move with your family. So somebody else is asking, please, he just wants something specific. So I want to ask if he booked for Oski in October, when is he required to apply for visa?
So if you book for Oski in October, you want to apply for visa. This is June, July, August. So by July, you should start your application process. July, August. But again, I am here as an individual. In Express, as I have said before, we have over 70 staffs. There are people that are specialists in giving area. Because my name is Otaibe doesn't mean that I know everything. No. When you say this is what you need, we'll book you to the department that knows everything in that department. They will take you like a baby and guide you to and say, okay, this is the best. You understand? So my own is to know a bit about everything as the CEO of the company. But there are those that will give you extensive knowledge. That's why we say one to one. When you say book one to one, it doesn't mean you are going to be calling me all the time. No. In the one to one, you may never even hear my voice. But there are people, they are specialists in this zone. It is what they eat and breathe every day. So it's easier for them to give you authentic, concrete, and direct information to fast track your journey. So that's it.
Thank you so much for that. So can we just like say somebody just so they are still asking these questions about the time frame. So from your experience with different persons that have done this self sponsorship,
Yeah.
can we say that it takes at least 1 year? How many years? How many months on the average from start date to finish?
So from start days to finish, again, it depends on the person, it depends on the training ability, assimilation. So if we say from training to the very end, in a space of 3 months, it's all done. So in a space of 3 months, it's all done. Meaning if you take your training for 1 month, 1 month and a half, and then the other half of the session you just prepare to. So in a space of 2 months, it can be done. It's not that it cannot be done. In a space of a month, if you are under pressure, it can be done. All we don't need to do is book you to a one-to-one. We have a one-to-one session in the EMJS OSCE masterclass where we will be teaching you the general class. We will have an assessor assigned to you, following you up, bumper to bumper. You understand? So we don't want to hear that, oh, my exam is next month, but I'm not ready. Who said what? We are ready. Is it you that is not ready? So you can actually get everything cleared within a month, within 2 months, within 3 months. So it all depends on your ability to follow.
Thank you, sir. For as many that are really expressing concern that they came late, and yeah, definitely if you came late, you've missed a lot. But the good thing I can do for you is to leave the replay. I will leave the replay for you so that you can be able to catch up from start to finish. Do us the favor of taking down the relevant details. It's going to be a joy that we've spent over 1 hour on this, and it will be a joy to us if you succeed through this means. It makes us know that we have value for our time. So please, we'll do that for you. And somebody is saying that she's already done. Does she need verification of good standing after? If you've done NMCN verification, she's not written CBT, but no, you don't need. If you've done the verification, just proceed to write your CBT. If your certificate of good standing eventually expires, you can get it in UK. You don't compulsorily need NMC to give you another one. Hope this process does not involve verification. Sorry for that. It actually involves verification. So if you have been verified already, please start flying. If you are yet to be verified, get this information, prepare for your class so that maybe you get verified. Like Mr. Taigbe is saying, when the verification portal reopens, there will be saturation.
Yes.
It's setting.
There will be
So
saturation.
get
See,
the information.
Nigeria has the highest. They are the highest when it comes to relocation matters. They are holding verification now. There are people that are just graduating. Their own is, let me just graduate. I don't have anything to do with school. I want to gapa. So when this one finish, you now that is sitting back and saying, let me wait for NMC, let me wait for NMC. When the children that are just graduating today will come, they will teach you speed. So once they are finishing, they are writing their IL, they are writing their CBT, they are jackparing. Then you will not be in competition with those. You know how many people verification is holding to ransom now? When the verification is finished, they will all come out of their share now. There are those that their IELTS, they had issue with IELTS, they have head on, they are waiting. They say, let them release this verification. So then now they will say, type is spoiling my plan. Why is this saying it? So that those who are awoken, they can start flying now. Before they too will come and join you, everybody will now be jam-packed together. Because truth be said, even those that said many years ago that they don't want to japa, they have changed their mind.
They have changed their mind, though.
Yes, they have carried their bags, huh? So why are you waiting to change your mind later? Why don't you japa? Okay, I always say this. Why don't you japa and go to UK, US, Canada, Australia, and not discover that these countries are not good enough and return back to your country? For your colleagues that say life is hard in the UK, US, Canada, Australia, how many
Why are
have
they
you
still
come
there?
back? Did they hold them back? When they come back, are they not supposed to get priority? If I go back to my country now and say, I'm a UK registered nurse, I want to work in this establishment, the hospital, they'll see like a privilege. Wow, UK registered nurse, want to work with us. That's nice. So why are they not going back? Go back. But they are not going back. They are not telling
We
you
go
that life
nowhere,
hard.
sir.
They will put it on trend. I just bought one milk, £10. But they are not letting you know that when you remove £10 from £2,000, you still have, is it £1,090? But if you remove 10,000 naira for 100,000 naira, how much is left? 90,000. So money wise, not comparable. If you spend £300 on your expenses, you say on your feeding in a month, it's nothing when you remove for £2,000 compared to when you remove 30K for 100K. You understand? So don't allow anybody to deceive you to say, UK hard though, UK hard though. Okay, let me show you this thing. UK hard, UK hard. Let's say on average, you are saving £500 in a month. Or in 2 months, you save £500. Or in 3 months, you save £500. Let's say your husband is also working. Both of you can combine that savings. You now say that, oh, your country is your birthplace, you must go back to your country. After every 2 months, you are able to save £500 and you send it back home. You know that every month, every two months, you can be buying a plot of land with the depreciation of naira at the moment. Because £500 now,
£1,000, which is £500, is equivalent to 2 million. So 2 million naira we still buy land in Ikorodu. We still buy land in certain part of Lagos. So what are you talking about? How long will it take you to save that money as a registered nurse in Nigeria? Even DDNS, how much? Please, let's not discuss. Let's not go too further about this. So a word is a no for the wise. You need to don't sit at your comfort zone and begin to be critical because it has not worked for you. Does not mean that there's no advantage. And when you go home tomorrow, you are assured that you have different lands everywhere. You can decide to be selling those lands and be using it to sort. But again, this is not financial space. I'm not recommending that you should go and buy land in your country because your children that you have tomorrow, they may not be living in that country. Are you going to be sending money from your Nigeria to come and fund school fees in the UK? So that's also another thing. But that's for those that say home is home. I love my home. I'm just trying to tell you that you will enjoy better even while still in diaspora. But when I mean
Yeah.
diaspora, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not saying you should go to Bangladesh so that you will know that.
Fingers crossed. Thank you so much, sir, for that. I'll just be combining the questions because we spent over an hour on this space already. So I will be asking, linking them now. Say thank you so much for the. No, I'm not reading that. So plus one, wait for her visa to be approved before booking the flight ticket. Mr. Otaibi has answered this. Please just make sure you watch the replay so that you can get that information. He's spoken about it. How do I get in contact with the EMGS for OSCE class? You to get in contact with them, please watch out for the description of this video. I'm going to put a link that you can use to access their Telegram group so you can do your registration and also contact the customer care services, make your booking, pay your it's 50,000 naira to do that. Just pay for it and then you have access to the class. So how about rescheduling the exam after booking and applying for visa with the first date you had before? Mr. Taigwe, can you throw light about this? Said the person is asking about rescheduling the exams after booking and applying
No,
for visa with the first date he had before.
so to reschedule is not an issue. When you reschedule, the center will refund you. You understand? You cannot look at what date favors you, then you cannot rebook. You get? So again,
Somebody saying he wants
yeah.
to also know if you're a sponsor of ILTS. Patience, good, good.
Okay, so sponsoring IELTS used to be a part of our services. You know what we did? We said that we wanted to help people so that people can help others. So EMGS as a company, we started giving out funds. So we will help to book for your IELTS. The plan was once we book your IELTS for you, you will travel abroad tomorrow. You will book for 2 persons. So we will have a larger community to help. That's why I said it is the doing of some persons that block the road for others. So these people that got the money, you understand, they got the money, we booked their IELTS for them, they wrote their IELTS, they passed. And some we refunded their IELTS so that when they get to the UK, they can book for 2 other persons. So when they eventually relocated, as we had issues with record keeping. That's a big negligence on our part because part of what was done then was being kept by me myself. So I swapped my phone and there was a lot of changes. But these people never returned back. Now they have enjoyed the privilege. They never returned back to book for others. So we looked
To
at this.
help others.
Yeah, they blocked the road for others. That's why we stopped booking IELTS for people for free. So if you want to register for IELTS, we believe you really want to register, you want to do your relocation, you need to sacrifice something. And if IELTS course is what you need to sacrifice, you will have to just try your best to do that.
Thank you so much, sir, for that. Somebody is asking, can someone stand in so if you are not related? Like for instance, if I
You will be able to still do your own part. So that's why there need to be that sort of a relationship. But if you book a one-to-one session with our team, they will look for a way to go about that because they are specialists in that zone.
Okay. Somebody saying she actually booked a one-to-one session with your team and it really helped her, that it was very helpful. So please, the 5,000 naira, $5 or £5 is definitely worth it. So throw more light my to and fro flight ticket before I apply for a visa. It's very much essential, frankly. It's very much essential. I think the live session recorded, it started all over again. So because we've really overshoot our time. So please, if you get disconnected, just try to rejoin. So he's saying, can I throw more light on this? If you need to book the flight to and fro ticket before applying for a visa.
Yeah. It's not compulsory for you to book. There's difference between book and getting the flight itinerary. Flight itinerary is simply talking about you get the cost of everything and you add it to your visa process. So the booking means you are spending money. You understand? So when you are booking, there are different things that goes with visa booking. If you book and then they deny you visa, what now happens to your funds? What if the visa you book is without refund or partial refund? So that's why we require that you have your flight itinerary. You understand? Again, all these things is based on your one-to-one consultation. It will save you a whole lot. One-to-one consultation will save you a whole lot. So take advantage of it and you have your journey sorted.
Lost nursing license first. I know Mr. Otaibe will want to throw light on this. That should they apply for visa if nursing license just got expired?
Yeah, why not? We as a company does license renewal and it takes a week or two. So why don't you renew your license? So renew your
Yeah.
license. It's not will you now you are still back home. Why not renew your license a week or two for OSC that say 3 months? You know your license wants to expire, you renew it. We do even doorstep delivery. We will do you join the team, they will link you to the department, they will do the license renewal for you in a week or two, max 3 weeks. They bring it to your doorstep and they say take, but you have to pay for the delivery. So because we are not a delivery company, we send it to your doorstep. So don't worry about that.
Yeah. So that's perfect. Just renew your license and do that. There, somebody is also asking that can you book from Nigeria? Yes, you can book for your visa application from Nigeria. You don't need, it's not compulsory that you have to be in the UK. I applied for my visa while I was in Nigeria. I applied for my husband's one while I was in Nigeria. So you can do that and you can choose your center if you're closer to Lagos. Some people say Abuja center if you're in Nigeria is more coordinated. So anyone that it's your preference, you can, that's the TLA, yeah, the visa services, the embassy, where you get your visa done and your biometrics. So is it possible for the express team to help vet the document before visa application? It's absolutely possible. They are there. They can be able to vet your document before visa application. And I encourage you to please utilize that services, reach out to them to vet.
But that would be if you follow. How will you know? So that's why we say follow all these things. Again, opportunity for you. Click on the subscribe button so that you can be getting update as it comes from Nurse Victory. You can easily get update as it comes from her. When the new trend is happening, you will get the update. Then you cannot come to us as a company and say, I just saw what Nurse Victory posted though. EAGS, can you help us with this? They will not say, of course, why not? Let's take your hand, step by step, we'll go until you achieve your aim. And that we will both be happy.
My LTS soon will soon expire than later. I didn't get that part, but I think what she's trying to say is that can she reapply before this ILTS expires?
Yeah, of course. If your IELTS wants to expire, just go for your self sponsorship, sharp. Again, for the flight issues, it is not compulsory for you to have your compulsory. So don't be bothered about it. It's not compulsory. The thing that will cause your visa.
Don't forget to do your consultation. It gives you that due diligence. And one of those things they will do in that one-to-one consultation is plan with you. So you will have your journal and you'll be able to say, okay, at this time, my IELTS training should be done. My this should be done. My OSCE training should be done. I should be writing it. And yes, you'll be the next person to testify, definitely. So, somebody else is asking that, Mr. Taibe, please, will you change your mind to sponsor those on self-sponsorship? He actually said it that the Swift loan services, they are considering an option because they are still passing it through. They consider an option to see how best they can help the community on that. So just be patient on that. Right now, it's for those you have an offer, they give you the money that you need to do every other thing to settle down. But very soon they may still introduce that, but just it's not available yet. So just be patient on that. But with the one-to-one consultation, they can still give you ideas on different means that you can use to get yourself, that you can get a sponsor to help you through this process, and the documents you need. Said I paid for one-to-one consultation when it did proof of funds. I should pay for another 5K for visa application process.
Okay, so for the visa application process, that the application process is different from consultation. You will have to understand very well. Now, when you talk about consultation, we are getting to know you, letting you know these are the nook and crannies, things, loopholes, things that can cause you denial, to avoid it, so that you don't even be a victim. That is for the one-to-one consultation. Now, for the visa process, the booking itself, visa process is quite elaborate and it takes a whole lot. So the visa booking department will be the one to guide you through that. I don't want to be mentioning payment too much because the price is subject to change. So I don't want to mention today's price now. Tomorrow you will now come to us and say, oh, but you said on Nosvitri's channel that visa booking will cost this. How come it's not costing this? Oh, this company, they are not reliable. No. So when you come to us, as at the time you are coming to us, then we will
Yeah.
now present to you and say this. The only thing we are telling you now is the OSC class that is starting on 1st of July, the price has been heavily slashed. Instead of you paying £200, £500, £700, we are doing it for you £50 or 50,000 naira. The training. And there are other packages that you will see on the flyer. But it will not remain so. Just know that it will not remain so. So as time continues, there will be adjustment in the price. So if you know that you want to take advantage now, take advantage. Not later on you say, oh, the price has gone up, oh, okay, let me prepare myself. And then when you not prepare yourself, you not go and have issue. You that say you did not have £50 to prepare for class, you will not go and have £350. You will not come and be disturbing us and say, Express, I beg, I be right now OSC, it wasn't successful. Give me £350 for me to book for a station that I have issue with. When you could have sacrificed £50, somebody has sacrificed to help your self-sponsorship journey. Now you sef cannot sacrifice to do the training to impress the person. Think of it, what does it make of you as an individual? The
Yeah.
person has sacrificed and say he's doing it for you. You now do training to help your journey. You say you will do it yourself, and then when you not do it yourself, God forbid, you not go and have issue. You not still go and meet that person again and say, I be do oh, and na £350 come remain. £350 looks small, but still £50 is equivalent to almost 770,000 naira. That's what you are going to risk against common 50,000. So imagine an exam that is 794 pounds or 790 something pounds. You take only £50 or 50,000 to do the training, which is heavily subsidized for you. You say no, you want to take the risk. So you see the boys on your court.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Taigbe. Sorry, our time is far, but can we help this other person? I think Veronica her case is peculiar. She said, please, I booked for OSCE and my visa was refused. Then I notified North Hampton about it, and then they refused rebooking me. Also, refused to pay me back. How do I go about it? They refused to
It's,
refund?
yeah, though it's what we said before. It's all about strategy. All these OSCE booking team, they have policy. The policy is, if you want to ask for a refund, you should tell them on time. You cannot just come to tell them that, oh, a week to your visa, a week to your exam, or 2 weeks to your exam, your visa is denied. You say they should come and refund you. It's like somebody that partake in a service and just towards the ending of the service say, I'm not doing it again. Yeah, come and give me back my money. You understand? So we have to know your situation first. Is it that it was always almost close to your date? You didn't let them know on time that you are going to your visa is having issues, or what was the challenge? Because it's part of their requirement. If certain if you give the information on time, they are going to refund you. But what if they are prepared, putting you in mind? They set up the center, they get everything ready. Now you now come and say you need a refund. What will happen to the fund that they used to set and get ready for you? You understand?
Yeah.
That's why they may not refund you. But if you have booked a one-to-one consultation, we will look at, okay, what time will they give you a verdict on your visa, so that you can still have time to go and meet your OSCE team and say, refund me my money, my visa is denied, God forbid. You understand? Those are part of the things we are speaking about. Imagine now, let's assume that you have lost £790 or £94, which you used to go for that exam. You know how much is that? That's like 1.5 million, almost
More
2
than.
million naira. Imagine, you lost 2 million naira for a thing that you could have gotten with £5 or 5,000 naira. And our team will guide you through. Many don't want to take advantage of, but they're always after the, oh, you say 5,000 naira to do one-to-one consultation, I will do it myself. It's good to do it yourself. But what if you not do it yourself? You now land in wahala. I'm not saying that you have done it wrongly, no, don't misquote me, but I'm just speaking directly to naira, you no go reach. You understand? So the bottom line of everything is save cost, save your journey, make it easy, make it smooth, and you follow it step by step. And we are there to hold you by your hand as a company.
So this is what we are talking about. But for Veronica, I really do feel for you. One thing I will advise you is that immediately after this session, just book a one-to-one. If you're interested, I can pay for you for that. For Veronica, because I can really tell that it's not a palatable situation, knowing how much you've lost. So I can
Thank you
book
so much.
a pay for you if you are interested, if you are still online for a one-to-one session with the express team, so they know how to pick it up from there. Let's so they can dig deep to know why you actually lost the booking fee. Why is it not refunded? And if there is a possible way, if there are legal reasons why you should be refunded, they can follow up on that. They can give you
Yes,
numbers to call and the likes, so that you can get your
definitely.
money back, because it's quite a lot of money. So thank
Definitely.
you so much, Mr. Otaigbe. You are the best. That's so sweet. Thank you, Patience, for that good comment. Say, please, if I start this process, can I do OSCE before my CBT expires? Yes, you
Yes, you can
can.
do anything. Yes.
You can do it as well. Please, I paid for one-on-one consultation. Yeah, that has been answered as well. You can, if you've not seen that, you can do a rewatch, but that has been answered. Can I just pay for visa application at once rather than pay for consultation? Consultation is 5,000 naira. Consultation is 5,000 naira. It's just to put everything in concept for you. Please don't pay for visa application of over how many dollars? Visa application now is not cheap. You spend over $200 for it, 200,000 naira for it. Don't pay for that when you've not had a consultation. Just there are cases of visa denial. You need, when you do the consultation, you see if your documents are actually intact. Your documents are required for it, so that when you book, like when I did my visa application, I was just waiting for the day. I was not saying, oh, will it come out refused or not. I was so certain that it's going to be approved, because I had an agent that checked it for me. So I was so certain. That's the state I want you to be when you are applying for your visa. So I don't want you to apply for a visa. Don't do trial and error. It's a lot, and this country is hard at this time that you want to be wasting money to these people. They say they don't have joy. ILTS will take your money and they don't even care. You keep paying. The same thing, visa can do that. Please, and think of what it does to you emotionally when you get refused. So just do the consultation before you do that. That's my candid opinion for you. For someone writing OSCE in January, February next year, can one enroll for the July class? Yes. The earlier the better. I'll tell you this for free. When the IELTS master class was invoked, when I registered for the class, I had not even had the passion to start writing IELTS. But I registered for the class. I was following it passively. Then, being the scholar in school now, Otaigbe will say that IELTS is not a test of your intelligence. Know that. So I just prepared casually like that. I got my required band score. Do you know what? I didn't even get in my IELTS. The only thing that let me down was reading. I got reading at my first attempt. I got reading 6.5. As simple as what made me really fail was instruction. Yes, there was this question, they said true, false, not give. I answered. Then when we left the back, if we watch it again, well, someone wants to know if CBT is expired recent. If CBT is expired recently, and no one wants to write CBT after self sponsorship, is NMCM verification required? No, if they verified you, they verified you. So reach out to NMC UK, reach out to them. They can send you another link to book your CBT. But they've done the verification. It's just like when they've done DBS for you when you come to they've done your DBS. They will start looking for DBS. So that's how it works. Let me just scroll to be sure that we are done with this. We've spent over 2 hours on this. Thank you, Mr. Otagbe, for your time. Time is expensive in UK. Oh. If you're at work, you're earning pounds per hour. So spending 2 hours on this is enough money. It's spending 2 hours on this is a lot. So I just want to really appreciate Mr. Otagbe for coming on this space. Thank you so much, sir, for this information. It's rare. People are like, I've not seen his face. You've seen his face now, haven't you? So it's really rare. He has a lot in his schedule, but he planned because of his heart to really help. He knows many persons are struggling with this, and despite he don't like to be on camera, he decided to be on camera for you. So please, the only thing you can use to repay him is, don't think that if you book, it's not in need of your money. You need to it's a time your 50,000 naira for the exam is not going to make any difference in his life. He's doing this. If you really know his drive and his heart, he's doing this for you. If not, it's nothing compared to what you earn if you're on the shift. So the essence of this is we can't just keep enjoying this thing without helping you as well to thrive. Because when you thrive, we all thrive. We make our country a better place. You make your country a better place if you're not from Nigeria. So this is the essence why we are doing this. I don't think, it's much appreciated. Somebody is asking, we almost concluded. Let's say we just take this last 2 questions. This will be the last. If you have more questions, when it's on the replay, you can ask them for a way to answer the questions through videos. But this will be the last.
So that you will be properly guided. So almost everything you need on this process will be available for you. So before I go, let me just give you some point to action. First and foremost is you don't want to wait until the days of battle or war before you start fighting battles. Make sure you prepare for things on time. You know that NFCA verification is not on your power now, it's not on your hand. You can start your IELTS training. So when they say verification portal is open, you will be ready. There's a popular saying that there's nothing like luck. Luck is when opportunity and preparedness meet together. So if you are not prepared, an opportunity comes knocking, you will never take advantage of it. So start your IELTS training down, start your OSCE training down, start everything you need. Know that is within your control. The one that is within your control, do it. Let the one that is not in your hand be not in your hand. So that when God now open the door for everybody, you will be the person that is ready to take opportunity, not the one that you will start running up and down and say, let me just start training. Now by the time you say I want to start training, that everybody don't pull head for the whole thing. Road don't scatter. So now that the road is still smooth, do the one that is within you. Yes, some of you think you are very intelligent. For your information, I that is speaking to you now, I was one of the best in my class. I was the second best graduation student. It was just little things. I could have been the best. So it's not a big deal. Do you know that when I wrote my IELTS, I still had issues? It was because I had issues. That was how, when we started Expert Time Masterclass, we pour out at our passion, we pour out everything to solve that problem so that nobody will ever have issue like we had. You understand? So we came to solve problem. Now, if you are there now, you are following us on this session, and you think you are very intelligent, IELTS may not be an issue. Don't be too sure. Join the session and then you will know better. You pass your exam and you move ahead. When the portal opens, you will be the first to be verified. So those are some of the key points to actions. When you get your OSCE, don't stay in your comfort zone. Use your Google map, go to care home around you, go to NHS around you, collect code mails, and email those code mails. If you have your colleagues that are abroad that will help your journey, don't be proud. Reach out to them and say, OSC is the trend now, help me, and they will help you. If you don't have funds at all, let's say it's only 1 million you have, 1 million is enough for self sponsorship. If you have people abroad that want to give you a hand, you will say how. If you do proof of funds, it will only take you like roughly 700,000 for you to do everything about proof of fund. That will solve you the issue of you don't have money for your self sponsorship. But I don't want to emphasize more on that for some reasons. So once again, we hope everything we said today in this space will help your journey and will help you to take actions and not just be there amplifying the negative side of relocation rather than the positive side. Some of you, when you hear that certificate of good standing is the problem, because you have your personal challenge, maybe fund is the problem, maybe fund,
Sure.
sorry, so maybe fund is your problem. You just, oh, I lost my voice. So
Sorry, sir.
to stop. So we'll continue from here next time, which we'll have to continue afterwards. I lost my voice.
Guys, you see the sacrifice we really paid. It's not easy to be talking for 2 hours straight. It's unplanned. We planned for 30 minutes and you've been asking us a lot of questions. And the reason why we didn't close it is just because we think we can help you. So any other questions that comes up, please, we will do a video, we will do a recorded video to answer that question. Check out on this channel and the Express Global channel as well. We'll try and cover all that gives you concern. So you can make a lot of comments on when you are doing the replay. Feel free to still make your comment there and we'll be able to help you in every possible way we can. Thank you so much, Mr. Taigwe, for this. I really appreciate. Thank you all, our lovely audience. Thank you for joining. God bless
Thank
you
you.
all. For the
Thank you,
please
everybody.
just do me one last favor. Visit the EMGS Express channel and say thank you to Mr. Taigwe there. That's his main channel. So please visit that channel and say thank you for giving us insights on Victory's channel. Please just tell him thank you for all you've learned through this channel today, through this live session today, and it will be very much appreciated. Somebody's asking for the Telegram link. Don't worry, I'll send it. I'll leave it with the description so you can be able to access that Telegram link for all information you need. Thank you again, our loving viewers. We love you. Enjoy the rest of your week. God bless you. Bye.
Bye, bye, bye. Take action.